Hey, Shalom, Shalom. I want to start off source by giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakodash, that belongs to the apostles of JMS and honest you brothers doing the work of the Most High in truth and in sincerity. I got sent the top video, Children Roast Polyamorous Woman, from Think Before You Sleep, 4 months ago. Um, and basically just a guy, breaking down this video that you see, would you call it the second video that you see, right? Which is it okay to date multiple people? Adults explain from Jubilee, right? And at the very beginning, the person in the top video that you see moving, as in the narrator, he's basically breaking down just how wicked this whole experiment is because you're gonna see her in a second, I'm sure. So that's the J. He makes a load of good points. And I've only watched the breakdown. I haven't watched the full thing. I don't know if they're gonna show you. You don't know if they're gonna show you the what do you call it, the little one. But basically, there's like a little 5-year-old in there, right? And then yeah, not this one. That's a 10-year-old. But basically, the woman on the left basically asks her, "Oh, you're 5. Oh, when's your birthday?" And the little 5-year-old was like, I don't know." And basically, he breaks down like, look, she doesn't even recognize and understand the concepts of dates, as in like months and weeks and years, right? Or doesn't even remember when her actual birthday is. She might physically not even know the date. Yet she's being, put in front of these, in front of this witch, because that's what she is, right? That one there, she's like 5 years old, okay? She's being put in front of this witch, right? Basically pushing this wicked new world order agenda, okay? Like I said, if you wanna watch it, you can, pause, and then finish the rest of the clip. As in you can watch both clips if you will. But basically, reason I said it is because it's a point that I wanted to make here, right? Which was that at the end, right? Basically, the woman on the left, she basically finds out that none of these kids are down with her, right? They're down. None of them are down with their gender. She says to that little 5-year-old, she says, "Oh, but if you've got many boyfriends, you can have 5 boxes of chocolates." To which the little kid then replies and says, "No, that's too much." Right, just basically going to show you that I actually saw, hey, you can get with children, right? But it's a damn shame how a child can be more on point than a grown adult, man. Okay, you have children that are more on point than grown effing adults, man, and it's sick and it's disgusting, and that's why he wants to get them young, man. Because why the scriptures say this, right? Bring it out all the time. Um, this is Proverbs. See, I said bring out all the time. Now I can't remember where it was. Um, train. Come on, spell properly. All right, Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. All right, and what do you call? That's why there's such a push to get these children from such a young age. Okay, because when you get them young, they're going to continue in those things that you've told them from a young age. Okay. They're going to continue in all the witchcraft, all the things that you spread and tell them to do, right? They're going to continue that, right? So it is, it was actually pretty good, watching all of these different, watching all of these different children basically taking the, especially this Jake, he takes the piss out of her, man. Right, he takes the piss out of her, and at the end, he ends by saying, "Look, you go and enjoy being free." Right, but that's the world that Esau has pushed out. In fact, I've got to always grab this one all the time as well. But we just call these things are important because the thing is, it's not just the physical earth that has been defiled. Right, these people are defiled, man. Right, their minds are defiled. Their way of being is defiled. They can't. The thing is, that woman, she contradicts herself so much. The Jake asks her, "Look, so what? If you what do you call it? If you don't if you have multiple partners, then how do you know who the father of your children is?" Then she cuts herself. "Oh no, but if I wanted children, then I'll just be with one man." And you're just listening to this like this is madness, man. Isaiah 24:5, the earth also defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Right. So, there are several laws that are in the scriptures. We start off with the land itself, the earth itself, the physical thing itself. Okay, we start off with that. And there are several laws, but for instance, the land Sabbath. Okay, but that's not something that is obeyed in this kingdom. That is completely disregarded in this kingdom. Okay, the land Sabbath, you farm for a period of time and then you leave it and then you come back at another time. Okay, and then you have on the physical level, man, woman, or rather, humans, quote unquote, right? That is completely defiled, right, and changed by this man. Okay, why? He just says to a woman, which a woman is almost, you could liken her to the ground, the earth. Why? Because you plant a seed and then that seed flourishes, but that earth is defiled, right? Meaning that the vaginas. Why? Because they're having sex with multiple men, right? And as Apostle was speaking about it in a recent video, they can't pair bond, and he even mentions it in this cat that's doing this top video. He even mentions it in his video about how these people cannot pair these things. Don't want these females. They can't pair bond. Okay. This is Isaiah 19:14, says, the Lord Yahweh hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to earn every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Right, so these things that are normalized in this kingdom, right, is witchcraft. It's funny because I've got the news in the background. Pharmakia, right, is in the is in the background, man, right. But yeah, these guys are all about this witchcraft, man. This sick, vile things that if you were to talk to even these people's grandparents about, they'll look at them aside. Their great grandparents, they'll look at them sideways for that, man. Right? These are perverse things that are happening in this world. Right, we're living in the dark ages. Isaiah 60:2 says, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people, but Yahweh shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. Right, so this earth is covered in darkness, right? And we are, starting off the apostles on down, we are the only ones, that are, that have the light. This is Matthew 19. I'm going to start from verse 6, right? It says verse 5, verse 4, it says, and when he answered and said unto them, have ye not read that he which made them at the beginning made them male and female, and said, for this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they twain shall become one flesh. Now, according to the law, how do you marry? Well, that's Exodus 22:16. It says this. It says, and if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed, right, so a woman that is not promised in marriage, right, and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife. Right, so basically, you have sex with a woman, she's now your wife, according to Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, according to the law of the scripture, that is now your wife. So we go back here, right? So it says, a man, and said, for this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they twain shall become one flesh, meaning they get married. That's what it means to marry, right? To join. Okay. Let's just confirm that. Yeah, it's a marriage, join a marriage, expressing. No, let me open the etymology. Where's my etymology at? Online. You don't want to. No, so marry. This is to give in marriage, also in transitive, to enter into conjugal state, take a husband and wife, to get married, to marry off. Husband perhaps provide a marry young wife, woman you can body do figurative, American. Let me see if it comes up in a word search. Nope, it doesn't come up in a word search. Well, you can use it in the English language like that to say, these two things have, married these two things together, right? Meaning, to join something together, right? Oh yeah, so see, it comes up in a regular dictionary, right, from Oxford Languages, right? It says join together, combine harmoniously. The show marries poetry with art. There's the example given there. All right, so to carry on, so Matthew 19:5 says, and for this cause, right, shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they twain shall become one flesh. Now they have sex, and through the spirit, right, you become one flesh, you become one. Okay, you become you and your woman become one flesh. So then all of these different women that are, also all of these women that are getting down with different men, right, they are, what do you call it? They are, they're joining with loads of different spirits, right, which is why they end up being, unhealthy. Let's leave it at that. That's why they end up being unhealthy spiritually and physically. Okay, now, the geezer that is doing this video, he goes off by saying, a man basically should be in a monogamous relationship, this, that, and the other, right? A man can have as many women as he wants, right? That's, we were built differently in that stead, right? If you just think about the very fact that, as long as it ain't the Sabbath, you can get a woman pregnant every single day, right? Every single day that's not the Sabbath, you can get a woman pregnant. So, as a different woman, whereas a woman, she can only be pregnant according to our law once every, depending on what, so it's 9 months as a month according to Esau. And then I think if for a man child, I think it's a month or 2 months that she's unclean. No, so I think for a woman child, it's 2 months. It's basically, she goes through a period of cleansing after the birth. So really, for a woman, it's one child, or how many she can have in one pregnancy a year. Okay. What did the Lord command us to do? To be fruitful and multiply. The scriptures say in what's the word I'm looking for? The scriptures say that little, in Isaiah 60, that a little shall become 1,000, right? And a little one a strong nation, right? One shall become 1,000, a little one a strong nation. Basically meaning, in the kingdom we're gonna have loads of children. You can't have loads of children with one wife. Okay, so Isaiah 4:1, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel, only let us be called by thy name, to take away our reproach. Okay, so this is going into this idea that, um in the, not going into idea, but in these last days, right, when things start falling down, right, you're gonna start having a load of these women trying to, get with the men of the Lord, and they'll be saying, look, man, we don't care, like, we don't care what you, whether you've got another one, we don't care about this, we don't care about that, just please give us protection, like, we won't be a burden to you. That's what it means. We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. We won't be a burden onto you. Just please, let us be protected by you. Okay. And that's the times we're going into. Okay, because this kingdom that Esau set up is crumbling. It's finished. It's done. Right. It's finished and it's done. Right. We are just now waiting for, that black swan event. Right. We're waiting for that black swan event that basically knocks out this economy, right, brings about, this mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip. And as the apostle say, after that, it all moves quick. Okay. Not saying that the, knocking out the economy is the precursor to the mark of the beast. I'm just saying, it's like, that's one of the things, as you're watching what's happening in the news, that seems like something that Esau's about to do, right, to knock out the economy, with the Wall Street bets, with the, with this whole current situation and people out of work. And perpetually, it seems like each time they keep pushing this idea of, things just continuing on in terms of these lockdowns. Okay. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's one of them ones. I could go into loads of things, but you know what? It's one of them ones where, brothers, we all know the scriptures. Sirach 25, Sirach 26. On these women, and this is a broken woman, man, that you see on the left here. Right, that is a broken woman, and that ultimately is the that ultimately is the majority of women that are out there. Right? Why? Because Esau has given them that wine. Right? Scripture saying, Habakkuk, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink. Right? And that drink representing philosophies, man. He's going around just spreading his philosophies. right, throughout the world, and it's destroying people, it's destroying lives, right? I mean, this kid here, this Jada, you see, he cut her deep, man. He cut her deep, right? And so did that little Moabite child. She cut her at the end as well. Why? Because the ways that of Esau is death, man. Right? So, like I said, it's one of them ones you can just keep going, especially this topic. Whenever the topic's on women, you just keep going, man. So I ain't gonna do that. Brothers know the precepts, man. You know how you're supposed to deal. So as always, Lord's what else edifying to the next time we say shalom.